Hi, it's Christy, and I have just stopped decorating for Christmas because my mind was going crazy. I've been thinking about how to better organize this year, all my shoebox things, and I have a list for you to go over. I'm really excited because there was a discussion on the Facebook group, and the discussion was all about how people stay organized. So it was perfect for me. Lots of different ideas. Everybody's brain works different. There's no right or wrong, but we all do probably want to be as organized as possible so that we're not buying extra of things we don't need or we're forgetting things that we do need. So I'm just going to go quickly through this paper with organization tips for you, and hopefully something here will really get you excited about being organized. I struggle with that, so these ideas were great for me. So the first words that were thrown around were spreadsheet. Does a spreadsheet work for you or does it not work for you? A lot of people love using spreadsheets and they use them all year round. But for me, I have tried it and it's kind of boring for me, and it doesn't get me excited to keep going back and update it. So that hasn't worked for me, but I know Michelle loves her spreadsheet. So I think a lot of people love spreadsheets, but not everybody. So here's some alternatives. What about carrying around a small notebook? You could write a list of things that you need and you carry around a small notebook with you so that if you're purchasing items at a store, you can update it. Or if you're home and you're buying things on Amazon, you can update it. So keeping track of the items you need is easy. If that works for you, if you carry around a little notebook wherever you go. Annie, she has a monthly list of needs. She uses a calendar and she is keeping it up to date on her calendar, weekly, daily even sometimes, and she's always updating. I think that's the key. So if you have a kind of calendar that is fun to use, it's kind of becomes like a spreadsheet, but different. So she has sewing and shopping calendars both, and she keeps them handy and visible. Then another thing for buying year round, one really good tip is to have clear bins because it's easy to misplace items you've purchased. I've done that before. Label bins in big letters and remove packaging before you put them in the bins. That's a great idea, but you have to keep writing down what you've gotten or what you don't have, that somehow you have to keep that on the list. The next one is another calendar one. Keep a calendar updated daily because you are creating a good habit. Well, that is true because once we do something over and over every day, it starts to become a habit, and that will help us keep organized. Elaine said she keeps an inventory on her phone. That's a great idea because a lot of us carry our phones around, and then if it's on our phone and an easy document, we don't even have to carry a separate notebook. So if you see a sale, you can know if you need that item. She said she would sometimes see a sale and she didn't have anything with her that had any information, so she wasn't sure, does she need that or does she not need it? So if you're having an inventory on your phone, you can keep track of all the things that you have or don't have. Another thing you can do is you can actually, instead of just have a list, and the list should probably be divided by categories. I'm just throwing that in there because it's gonna be hard to go through a list of everything you need when you're at the store. But if you have them in categories, school supplies, for example, or toddler toys, that will help you to be able to quickly find what you need. And it says you can actually send the Excel file. This was a recommendation to your phone, so you can create it on your computer and then you can send it to your phone, and that can help you keep track of things. And then Candace uses Word on her computer to plan themes, and her mother uses a notebook. Just an example of how in the same family you can have different learning styles and different styles of keeping organized. And she keeps the notebook with her. Her mother keeps it with her all the time, keeping track of updates. And then Patricia's system is 12 clear bins. This is interesting. I thought it was good. This seems like it would work for me. She fills one bin each month with the suggested items from OCC, Operation Christmas Child. They have a shopping list on their website, like 1 month it's school supplies, 1 month it's toys. So she fills up each clear bin for the month. And then she actually starts packing her shoe boxes in October. And then throughout the year, she makes items and then she puts them in the appropriate bin. So she makes sewing kits, games, fishing kits, etc. And she puts them in the appropriate bins. So she's purchasing items, putting them in the bins that are according to the month. And then she's also doing that with the sewing kit she's making, or the things that she's making, she's putting them in the appropriate bins so they just get filled up. She said that has helped her a tremendous amount to do it that way. And then Stephanie, she uses an Excel spreadsheet and she assigns specific items to purchase each month. I thought that was similar to Patricia, but she's using the Excel sheet. And then she is also her church project leader. So she has to keep track of her own and her churches. So she must be a master at organization. So she keeps track of all the church's donations, and she has an Amazon wish list for each age group, and she lets the church know what they need. And then her storage boxes are clearly labeled. So those are a lot of good tips from Stephanie. So that was, I thought, a very, very helpful and fruitful discussion. And it was so great because we all do things differently, but it doesn't mean that there's one that's better than the other. So I was super excited to see all those examples of organizational tips, and I know I'm going to use some of them, and I hope you will find it beneficial. And throughout the year now, we're just getting started for the 2023 shoebox season, and we have lots of opportunities to learn how to get better organized. All of us have that. Do you know that Michelle and I sometimes, we think we've bought something and then we can't find it, and then we buy some more and then we find the thing that we thought we had. So I think no matter how long you've been doing this, that sometimes happens. So we're all trying to get better and better at being organized and keeping track of all of our items. So thank you for watching. God bless you, and bye for now.